we were discussing that we were habitual of rote learning. Teachers used to take a lot of dictation, lot of drills, and we were somehow cramming the spellings. We never knew that all the letters have sounds. Okay, so suppose I'm playing this. Can you feel that there is a sound? Could you hear the sound? Okay, I'm just playing this. Okay, so just like all the musical instruments have sounds, just like birds have sounds, just like animals have sounds, in the same way, all the letters have sounds. But we never knew this fact. And that's why we had this problem. But thanks to Jolly Phonics, we know the sounds now and we can definitely teach our kids in a better way. So today, what are we going to learn? Let's see. I hope it is visible. The screen is visible to all the participants. Fine. So why are we keen to learn phonics? There are many reasons. I have just quoted 2-3 here. First, it is very systematic and sequential. So what is systematic and what is sequential? Soon you will understand when I will show you a chart. On the basis of that, it would be more clear. Then definitely kids who learn through phonics have better reading. They can read in a much better way as compared to the kids who are not familiar with the phonic sounds. And again, we can learn to decode the letters into sounds. So there we have some technical terms like graphemes, like phonemes, like phonological awareness, phonemic awareness. So I will just give you a brief about that. What is phonemic awareness? What is phonics? Because when you are clear with this, you can find a lot of fluency in the speech. And when new vocabulary is added, you can definitely comprehend the text. Okay, so these are basically 5 essential components which we should know. But then what is grapheme? What is phoneme? What is phonics? Anyone, any idea? You can just raise the hand and I will unmute you. Preferably use the sign because I'm sharing the screen. So, okay. Nilesh.
Okay. Hello, ma'am. Good evening, Neha, ma'am.
Good evening.
Myself, Suchiru, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. So, probably I will talk only about phonics. Just now, my daughter is going for the classes, so knew that phonics is a type of sounds. I can say it is a
Okay.
type of sound for the letters.
Fine.
And in that, I can say there are vowels, consonants, okay, and those even vowels have sounds.
Right. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you for your
Okay.
participation. See,
Thank
I will just tell you, I'm using this. If you can see me, I'm having a board in my hand. So what happened when we are talking about a single letter? Say my first letter is S. If I'm talking about a single letter, the sound of one letter, it is called phonemic awareness, where the most important organ is ears. But when we can read one full sentence, say the cat sat on the mat. So we are talking about rhyming words also. We are talking about CVC words also. We are talking about sight words also. So that way, when we can read the entire sentence, it becomes phonological awareness. And that is a part of phonics. Okay. Now, what is graphemes? Graphemes is again the graphical representation of the sound. Like you can say sound okay, but if you don't know how to write it, then writing cannot be done. So grapheme is the graphical representation basically. So these are like few very small and important, but yes, a little technical terms. So this is how we will go about it: phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency. And definitely when you add new vocabulary to the child can understand, the child can comprehend the text. Miss Renu Sharma, would you like to say something here?
Hello, good evening, ma'am. Could you please repeat it once more? Phonologics.
Okay. So phonological awareness is nothing but when a child is able to read the complete sentence, not just one sound. When we are talking about one sound, it is phonemic. But when we are talking about phonological, it means that we are talking about rhymes, the rhythmic words, like at family words. So I will come to that slowly and gradually. So what happens, that is called phonological awareness, when the child is able to blend all the sounds, read the words, then combining all the words, the child can read the sentence also. So this is called phonological awareness. And once this is clear, we can definitely rock. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much. So basically what phonics helps us, how does it help us? It helps us to learn the letter sounds. It helps us the formation of the letter. It helps us to learn the formation of the letters, that how the letters are formed. Then how the sounds are blended. Okay, suppose I am saying letter C, letter A, letter T, and I know the sounds also, but I cannot blend them. Then I won't be able to read the word. So it helps us to do blending as well. I'm just lowering your hand. So after raising your hand, please lower it down also so that I don't get confused. Thank you. Then identifying sounds in the word. Suppose it's a big word, say banana. Okay. Then you should identify the sounds. How many sounds are there? How many syllables are there? So accordingly, we learn these basic skills. And last and most important is tricky words. So what do we mean by tricky words? Tricky words is like sight words, which you cannot break phonetically. Okay, you have to learn these words. Though few letters, like, you can understand and you can try to speak, but the entire word you cannot read phonetically. So they are called tricky words because in one way or other, there are some tricks. Suppose TO is two, but GO is not go, it is go, right? So the spellings are same, TO, GO, but one is two, other is go. So there are few tricky words which you will have to learn, and there are like different tricks to teach these tricky words. Now, okay, anyone any idea that when we do Jolly Phonics, so how do we start it? Like with which letter do we start it? You can just raise the hands. Okay, Rabab.
We start with the letter S.
S. Okay. Do you have any
Group
idea
one
that?
letters.
Okay, fine. Group one, first letter. But do you have any idea that why do we start it with letter S only?
Because it's easy, I believe that children can understand. It has one sound and it is easy for them to understand, like S, S, and we can also teach them with the action. So I think that's the reason we start with the letter S.
Definitely, that's quite a close answer. Very good. So what happened? Jolly Phonics has designed different letters, though we have 26 letters, but these 26 letters make 42 sounds and plus two more extra sounds. So in phonics, we have 44 sounds. So I request everyone to either make a note of it or you can take a click. It is easily available on Google also, but I want you to have this chart with you for all 3 days. Now I would just stop here for a second. And suppose you all already know A, B, C, D, E, right? So here I have two posters with me. One is this, which talks about the Jolly Phonics groups. It has all the 7 groups which I just showed you. It is just a print of those groups along with some. Sure, I will share the chart again. I will share the chart again. Just give me some time. Okay. So what happens? This is one chart which starts with SAT, IPN, and this is one chart which says A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. This is something which we all know. We all know A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? So sometimes, when you are done with all the sounds, I don't say A, B, C, D, F, G. I say A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So once you know, you can even make your phonics song and you can practice that with kids, right? So what I want everyone to do is, that I just want you to divide your paper into two parts. Group A, Group B. Just take a paper, please. Okay. I want everyone to divide your paper into two parts. I'm also doing it here. You don't know the sounds. I'm assuming that most of you know, but few of you don't know. So I would be guiding you for that for sure. So on one side of the paper, just write the first 6 letters, SAT, I, P, N. S, A, T, I, P, N. On the other side, you can write A, B, C, D, E, F. Now these all are jumbled letters. Okay, I want you to make 2-letter, 3-letter words, 4-letter words that you can make using the combination of these letters. So you can use combination of these letters and just try to make words. How many words can you make? So take 2 minutes and try to make the list. Okay, if you wish, you can put it in the chat box also. Rather, you can put the total number of words that you think we can make. Like you can write 10, 15, 18, whatever you feel. Okay, anyone who feels that with group A, we can make 20 plus words, raise your hand. Okay. And anyone who feel that we can make around 25 words with group A. Okay. So Shikha ma'am is raising the hand. Anyone who feels that we can make even more than 25 words using group A. Okay. I can see many hands raising up. So let me just tell you that we can make approx 30 words using first 6 sounds of this group. But if we take first 6 sounds of this group, then we can make hardly 5, 7, or maybe 10 words, not more than that. So just by knowing 6 sounds, you can learn 30 words. You can speak 30 words. And if you want the list, I will just put it in the group also, because I just want to start with the sounds. Okay, great. So that's the magic, and that's where Jolly Phonics, as per Jolly Phonics, these 6 words were given in level 1. So that just by knowing 6 sounds, that yes, for sure, I will share the list. I will put it in the WhatsApp group directly. So we have 6 sounds, but 30 words approx we can do. Okay. So now tell me, I just need to introduce one more thing. Have you heard of L, S, R, W? Okay, Miss, 4 participants are raising. So Hima Bindu, would you please like to share what is LSRW?
Listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
Definitely. Thank you so much. So those who don't know, let me just brief you that writing should be the last concern. First concern should be listening, because even when the child does not know how to read, how to write, the child is listening. Child is listening to the mother tongue, child is listening to the videos, child is watching the TV and gaining so much. So the first thing is listening. Listening should be made strong. So whenever you are introducing any letter, focus on the listening part. Then speaking. then reading, and finally writing. Okay. So with this, I would like to start with the first sound, which is letter S. Okay. Now suppose it is my first day with my students and they all have come to study, to read. So what do you feel? Will I directly give them some worksheets and I will make them sit and I will say, no, 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 you have to finish this work. This is a part of our curriculum. You have to do this. Will that be a good strategy? No, yes. Okay. So suppose I have to introduce the first sound, which is letter S. And I have arrived in my class. And this time I have come with a magic box. So this is how you can practice the sound. I will just give you few examples for few sounds. Okay, fine. So this is a magic box. I will present it to my kids. I will not tell them what is inside. And I will start taking out few things. The first thing that I'm taking out is this. So kids will start speaking. They will start responding. You can write in the chat box. Okay, so it says strawberry. Then someone else is coming out from the magic box. Abracadabra, abracadabra. Who comes? Snowman. So you will say strawberry, snowman, socks. Okay, so that way you can make your magic pitara. This is called magic pitara. Now say something else is also coming out. So, scissors. And see kids, what is coming out? Ah, that's Spider-Man sticker. So that way you can show many things, like I have kept one square, star. Then you can probably show spoon, which every child know, straw. So that way you can show different items to the kids and let the child speak. Let the child speak the object name. Then you can reinforce that every time you were saying an object, it was starting with okay. So at the same time, you can play some jingles. Every jolly phonic letter has a jingle. For letter S, we have the snake is in the grass. The snake is in the grass. The snake is in the grass, right? So that way you can start doing it. Now, when you have introduced the sound, when the sound is clear to the child, and in fact, you can cook up a story also where all these words are included. And at the same time, what you can do, you have jolly phonic stories as well. So you can share the same story. They have beautiful flashcards, and you can show those cards, story cards, and you can share the story. You can show the objects to them. So when you are introducing the letter, there are 3-4 ways which we can do. So in this workshop, I will share the strategies also. So one of the strategy is like rainbow tracing, salt tracing. So have you ever done or taught your kids rainbow tracing? Anyone? Okay. So let me tell you what is rainbow tracing. What I want you to do. Okay, Preeti. Let me just unmute you. Preeti, you can speak. You were raising hand, else I will continue. Yes, definitely. So what we will do, we will take, suppose I want you to do rainbow tracing. Okay, it will take 30 seconds for teachers and adults to do. So what you can do, just take the first, initial of your name. Write that letter. In class, we can go systematically. Suppose my name is N, Neha. So it starts with N. So what do? We always start with lowercase. That is also something which you should keep in mind, because when we are doing lowercase, it means we can help them to read better. all CBC words. In fact, in all the textbook, there are very few letters, few words which start with capital letters. So it is always advisable to start with small letters. So suppose I have written my letter N. And by rainbow tracing, we are giving 7 different colors to the child so that the child can practice the formation. The child will never forget when a lot of colors are used. Okay, so you can just trace it like this. So take the initial letter of your name and do that. So you can use 7 different colors to do this tracing, and this will help repeated formation, repeated, and the child will be able to frame the formation in the brain. Again, another strategy that you can use is you can use salt tracing. This is basically sand, salt, anything you can call it. So it brings a lot of sensory activities, like, a child is fond of doing sensory activities. So when the child will touch it, the surface would be little different. And then the child would be able to feel, oh, my finger was going like that. I was moving my hand like that. So in that way also you can use this way of tracing. This is called sand tracing also. So you can use sand tracing, you can use rainbow tracing, you can use air tracing. You can just ask the child to close the eyes and assume the formation in the air, and then you can write it. Okay, so this is how you can practice the formation. Now, once this is done, once letter S is done, writing part is done, jingles are done, air tracing with a verbal clue. Yes, you can use some clues also, or otherwise you can just ask the child that, it's a kind of closing activity. Once the child has done the letter formation, the child is going to the next letter. So before moving to the next letter formation, you can ask the child to do air tracing. Suppose I have already taught my child how to write letter S. Then you can just use, close your eyes, make a curve, come down as if there is a snake. So that way you can help the child to do the tracing. Okay. So in the same way, you can introduce next letter. Which is the next letter? Let me just show you that chart again. Those who wanted to take a click, please do that. So as I was telling you, you can do storytelling, you can do actions, you can do jingles. Then these are few YouTube links. It says A to Z Jolly Phonics. It is easily available on YouTube. We can probably hear 1 or 2 jingles.
Ants on my arm, ants on my arm, ants on my arm, they're causing me alarm.
So in the same way, all the letters have some jingles. You can play them repeatedly in your class. Now for letter B.
Bring your bat and bring your ball, Bring your bat and bring your ball to the park to play.
Okay. Fine. So this is how you can play the jingles. You can show them jingles. So coming next, use a lot of flashcards. You can even put them on the board. So can someone tell me which letter is this? You can put it in the chat box again. I will, you want the link, YouTube link? It is very easily available. It says A to Z Jolly Phonics Song. Now see, let us learn few more sounds. Yes, Nazia, you want to say something?
S.
S is the letter name, but what is the sound?
Slate.
Okay, thank you. Okay, great. So what I want to explain here is that, you should not introduce letter name and letter sound together. Till the time you are doing first 3 groups, which I just showed you, there are 7 groups. So till the time you are doing 3 groups, just focus on the sounds. Don't tell that this is letter S. Just say S. Okay. Now I will tell you the reason also why we should not do that. Now next letter is letter A. What is the next letter? Letter A. This you know as teacher or as parent. Please don't worry if you missed any of the click or something. I will put the necessary content as freebie in our Jolly Phonics group, workshop group. Okay, so don't worry about that chart or about the YouTube link. I will put it in the group. Okay. So what is this? The next sound is A. 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 So for that, you know what you can do? The jingle says A. A. Ants on my arm. A. A. Ants on my arm. They're causing me alarm. But at the same time, you can always ask the child to eat an apple. Okay. Or you can just assume that you are holding an apple. So can you all just assume that you are holding an apple? Keep an apple in your hand. Feel that there is an apple in your hand. Okay. And then try to take a bite. Yes, very good. Miss Divya, Jyoti, very nice. Very good, Lubna. So how big mouth will you open? Very good. So let me just see, one of the child is doing it very patiently and nicely. So can you please show how are you holding your apple? Yes, very good. Oh, that's not apple, baby. Okay, fine. So what we can do, you just need to assume that you are holding an apple. Fine. So because we are assuming, so it is okay. It can be anything. Now, when you want to take a bite, will you do like this? No, you will open big mouth to take a big bite of the apple. No, so this is how you do. Ah, 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 ah. Okay. So this is how you can start to teach. Now the next letter is letter T. Which is the next letter? Letter T. What sound does this letter make? So what do you have to assume? Just keep your finger like this and just assume that there is tennis game going on and you're moving your head like this. Say T, 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 T. Okay, so this is how you get the next sound. T, T, T. Very good. So here, can I request everyone to quickly run and bring something from your kitchen or from your bedroom, from your study room, any object that begins with letter T. And you need to show it to me on the screen. It should start with T sound. So that way, you know, when the teacher keeps bringing everything, sometimes it gets very monotonous for the child also. So sometimes we should ask the child also to bring something. Yes, let me see what Paramita Roy is sharing. Train. Very good. Okay. Okay. So see, Miss Lubna is showing us alphabet book. We will accept it from child psychology because he or she is hearing the sound T. Although it is not the beginning sound, but it is the ending sound. So child will say it has T sound. I heard it. It had T. What if it is not starting with T? Okay. So at this level, we will definitely assume, we will consider this. Very good. So Gokul is showing us tomato, tablet. Hima Bindu is showing us tablet. Okay, what Miss Shraddha is showing, let me just see. Tomato again. Very good. See what Saradhi is showing tape. Toy. Yes, you can put your answers in the chat box also. Towel. Teddy bear. Okay. Suppose if the child is bringing Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, but for that child, it's a soft toy. It's a toy. Okay. So you should consider it. Okay. Let me see what Nilesh is showing. Tortoise, tiny. Okay. So can you please tell what is this, Miss Nilesh? Please unmute.
T for toy. Any toy.
Toy. Any toy. Very good. So that way we can tell kids, because when they bring something, no, we are involving them. So it's a kind of hands-on activity which definitely help the kids. Very good. So all of you can lower your hand. Sunita, what are you showing? You have been raising your hand for quite a long time. Okay. Fine. So, Sunita, you can unmute beta. You can speak. After unmuting, you would be able to speak. What is this?
Ma'am, it is tea powder.
Tea powder. See, the child's imagination can go to any extent. It is tea powder. Very good. Thank you. Okay. So after ter, the next sound is E. 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 The action for this is like there is a mouse named Inku and he has whiskers. Okay, so you can wiggle your fingers. E. 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 Okay. Next sound is letter P. P, you have to feel that there is a cake and you are puffing out the candles. Say pa, 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 pa. Very good. Now next is letter N, which is the next letter. It is letter N. Anyone who would like to tell me what sound does this make, because my name starts with it? Okay, Arfa. Okay. See what happens usually, even I have noticed that in few schools and few teachers, they do sounds like ma, na, pa, la, because they can associate it with Hindi Varnmala. But technically, as per Jolly Phonics, the sound is not na, it is mm. Everyone, please do this action. Mm. Okay, so that's how we have completed the first group. I'm just telling you the sounds. Then how to blend these sounds, that I would definitely be covering. Suppose are you all ready with that thread, with that string I asked you to bring? And you know what? Whenever a child gives the right answer, you must give a motivator. Okay, so that the child is encouraged to speak next time, to participate next time. So whenever a child is speaking, or even like, you as parents, sometimes you both can play a role play, like, you can reverse the roles and you can play. So always show this. Now, if you're ready with your string, can you please bring it? Very good. So I can see I'm just spotlighting few of you. Okay. Everyone who is ready with the string, can you please turn on the camera for this activity? I just need to see. Hello, Miss Rupamita. Nice to see you again. Okay, very good. Okay, so see, what do you have to do with this string? Because when you are teaching the child how to blend the sounds, okay? So what you can do, maybe you can make just 2 knots. I have made a knot here. And I have made a knot here. Okay. So whenever the child is reading or trying to speak, ask the child to move the finger like this. You all can move your finger and you will feel that there is a knot here, right? So the minute a knot is there, it's okay if you don't have the string, you can just understand. So the minute your finger touch the knot, you can say the first sound. Suppose you have learned 3 sounds, s, s, a, t, okay? S, a, t, t. Never forget to show the actions to the child, especially initial few days. Okay, so whenever the child is moving the finger, you can say a, t, a, t, a, t, at, a, t, at, a, t, at. In the same way, you can make 3 knots also, and you can just ask the child to read 3-letter words also. So definitely there are many activities which we can do with the child. Uma Ayer, I can't find you. If you can please raise your hand so that I can unmute you. Okay, fine. So what we can do, there are like different ways. The most common way which teachers also use, because can you all tell me from how many points you can move your arm? Can you move it from your shoulder? Can you move it from your shoulder? This is the first turning point. Yes. Can you move it from your elbow? Another turning point. And can you move it from the wrist? Another turning point. So we have 3 turning points. So you can say like at, sat, at, sat. Okay. So now let me just go to the second group. So in second group, we have letters C and K together because they both make the sound. They both make Uma. Okay, before I go to next group, let me just have word with Uma ji. Yes, please.
Good evening, ma'am. You said like sir, at, sat. That's how we do it, or combination of a vowel and a consonant, like at, a, or
Yes.
like that, or whatever. And then CVC also is like that.
Yes.
So at one point of time, the child starts reading like that only. Though he says sir, at, sat, but every time he starts reading it as sir, at, sat. So how do we?
No, I don't agree here because as per my experience, the child will do it for initial few days only. Then you have to encourage the child by showing the motivators or something. You have to say, suppose your child name is Uma. Okay, for me you are a child. Okay, so I will say, Uma, I have been hearing you this, but can you just read it in flow now? Because after doing 3 families, 4 families, 5 families, this segmentation part gets over. Then the child starts reading the words in flow. We do like at, sat, k, at, cat, p, at, pat, b, at, bat, r, at, rat, right? But when we go to E vowel, when we go to I vowel, O vowel, so by the time we are doing I vowel CVC words, the child is done with all these segmentations. So the teacher needs to push, the teacher needs to encourage. Now you will not say at, the minute you see this, because when a child has seen the word say 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, automatically it will be stored.
So it will be more like a sight word reading. Then it will become like, suppose at, this at, the child has read. By the time he comes to I or O vowel, not, for example.
So it won't be a sight word. It won't be a sight word because sight word cannot be broken phonetically only. You cannot segment the sight word.
Yeah, so it will be like n, ought, not, and then but the n, ought is in the mind. But how do we tell the child like to do it in the mind and say only the answer, you know?
See, it comes with reading. Suppose you have introduced 3-letter words, okay, sat, cat, etc. So then you can give the sentence, the cat sat on the mat. So initially the child will read at. Let me just share my screen here and tell you this. Suppose you have written, this is the word in front of you. You all can
Yeah.
see my screen, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Why is it not going? Okay. Just a second. Sat. Fine. So initially, what will you do? This is not just scrolling up. Okay, it is. It has gone. So initially, what will you do? You will put the dots here.
Correct.
At,
Sure.
sat. Then after that, level 2, at, sat. Then after that, the complete word, sat. It will come with practice. So if you are writing, suppose you have done 20 words, 30 words, then that segmenting practice goes away. The only solution is encouragement to that.
Okay, so probably we'll have to also fade off that segmentation part and quickly start giving the.
Yes, like, you know, by the time I do IVAL family words with my kids, I don't do ig. I directly say big. And the child is
Okay.
able to understand because I have taught E sound so many times.
Correct. Is there any hierarchy of going to the vowel sound? A, E, I, O, U?
Yeah, I would be coming to that, and I hope it's okay if the meeting is stressed by 10-15 more minutes.
Sure.
Those who are in a hurry can take their call. Okay. So level 2, we have, yeah. So level 2, the first is C and K both because it makes the same sound. Again, there are so many rules attached to it. Like C makes the sound cycle, so also, and cake, k also. So it would be covered in spelling rules on day 3. Then suppose my word is ending with K also, like bank. It is ending with CK also, like back. So how to decide where the spelling will end? So this is like very, you know, they are like best buddies. They don't love to leave each other and they sound same also. Okay. Next is E. The next level, letter is E. It says eh, 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 eh. Okay, as if you are cracking an egg. Eh, 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 eh. Can anyone just do this action with me? Eh, 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 eh. Very good. So as if you are cracking an egg. So it has a jingle also which says eh, eh, egg in the pan, eh, egg in the pan. You crack an egg like this. Eh. So for every letter, you need to introduce jingles, you need to train them the actions, then stories, definitely. Next letter is letter H. Okay, letter H. It makes the sound as if you're panting, you're out of your breath, you have done a lot of workout and you are tired. Okay. Next is letter R. It makes the sound R. So how do you teach this sound? Usually, you know, at many times I have seen that teachers do it R, R, R. That is fine as per Indian context, but technically as per Jolly Phonics, it is R. So assume there is a dog, there is a puppy who has got some rag, rough cloth, and he's just trying to, you know, play with it. Okay, which is this letter? Letter M. Okay, this is letter M. And what does this say? It says, yummy, yummy food in the tummy. Mama has cooked yummy food. So see, this is the action. You put your hand here on your tummy and you say, wow, Okay, so this is the action. Now the next letter is letter D. D, 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 drum. Okay, D, 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 D. Okay, so with this, we have tried to understand the sounds of letter, sounds of group 2 also. This will be covered on day 3. How we make the child understand the difference between now cat and kite. Sound same, but beginning sounds are different. Okay. So let's do this. If the okay, so it will come under tricky word rules. I will definitely be sharing something, few strategies I would be sharing. So let's just see this. So we have done level 1 here. S, a, t, I, k, e, h, d. Okay, then let's see the next level. What does it say? So what is the first sound? It says letter G. Again, it's a tricky letter, very special letter, because sometimes it makes the sound G, sometimes J. But initially when we are teaching, when we are introducing, we only say G. Okay, we don't say jam wala J. We only say G. G, G, glass. G, 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 as if water is gurgling down. Okay, there is a sink and water is, so this is the sound. G, 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 G. Okay. Next is letter O. Next is letter O. What sound does it make? So you ask the kids. You ask, what is this, kids? What is this? What is this? So you can ask the kids, what is this? Okay, so let me ask Yashi Pathak. Yashi Pathak, would you like to say?
Hey, hi.
Hi.
First of all, very interesting task. And see, one of my student raised a question that, ma'am, ON is on, then why SON is not son? Why it's son?
Okay, so
Why
see, English,
WAON is one?
yeah. So English is such a vague language because all the words have not got the origin from one country. In English language, we have picked words from different countries. This is what I was telling you in the beginning also when I said TO and GO. Okay, on me to still you are adding S to it. But when we say TO and GO, we say to and go. PUT is put, but BUT is but. Okay, so the reason behind is that few of the words have been originated from, Greece, others are from German, others are from Spain. So English language has picked up words from different countries. So there are few words which we need to explain to the child with the help of reading and regular revising only. Okay, thank you. So now if I say this is octopus, so you can ask the child, oh, you call it O, but do you say octopus? Do you say orange? No, the sound is off, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. Okay? So that is the sound. I would definitely be taking these doubts. Let me just complete this group. Okay? Okay. Then just 3 more sounds we are left with. Then this is letter L. It makes the sound as if you are licking a lollipop. So always do this action in front of your kids. Okay. When we link it with Hindi, we call it la also, but it is now this is letter F. Okay, letter B and letter F are left. So fish, fish. Okay, you have to tell the child as if there is a tube fish and the air has deflated. So you will say very good, Sunitha, very nice. Okay, and then this is letter B. B, 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 bat, B, B, ball, B, B, bat, B, B, ball. So this is how you can guide this child. I have just shared the, few of the jingles and actions for every letter for first 3 groups. Okay, now let me just take one or two doubts, but before that, let me show you few activities. Just a second. Okay, so this is basically related to CBC. Usually after doing 3 groups, you can introduce vowels to the kids because these 3 groups have covered all the 5 vowels. Look, these 3 groups have covered all the 5 vowels. Letter A. So at this point, since beginning also at level 1 also, you can tell that this is a consonant, this is a vowel, but you have all type of kids. So you sometimes after doing these 3 levels also, you can tell, you can talk about vowel hand, you can talk about consonants, and then we can go to CBC words, right? So again, for introducing vowels, I would just like to do a small act with you all. Who will tell me the 5 vowels that we have? In case any of the queries left unanswered here, you can please put that on my personal window. I would be more than happy to reply. Okay, so I can see answers. Thank you. Can any one of you raise hand and I can unmute that person? And okay, so Vihan.
Ma'am, I have just one query.
Yeah.
My child is 4 years old. I have
Okay.
started the phonic sound. He knows the whole alphabet sound, but actually I don't know about jolly phonics. So I have started like A, B, C, D, like each and every sound, b, s, like this. Now
Okay.
the problem comes when I start blending it, a, t, at. So he is not able to do it.
Okay.
And I told him I didn't get what is the problem. Means a, t, at ban gaya.
At. Nahi, yeah.
At ban gaya, so he doesn't understand this. He's not able to join 2 sounds, so I'm not able to get it. What is the issue?
See, for that, even for 3 letters, let me just tell you a small story, and after that, I will come to vowels once again. If any of the child is facing this problem, what I do, I always use one story which is related to vowel friends. So I say that letter A was walking in the garden, and letter T was also walking in the garden. But letter T was very upset. Letter T was feeling alone. So letter A was very kind, like you, just like you. I know you, my child. I know you are very kind. So letter A decided that he will never leave letter T alone. So he went on the same track and he started walking with letter T. So letter A and T became friends and they were always together. So you can probably say t, at, a, t, at. So that way you can try this. A, t, at, a, t, at, because they were best friends. Letter A was so kind, letter A just could not see anyone alone. And letter A said, sharing is caring. I want to share everything with you. And they both became best friends and they started walking together. So that way, at became one sound. Let me just go through the chat. Just a second. Vihan, okay, I have already done that. Again? Yes, Vihan, tell me please.
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry to go unmute ho gaya tha. Ma'am, I just want to say I have shared the same story with him earlier also. I have told him not like that. I have told him as moving to the jungle, he moved then at me. But still, he is not able to join 2 sounds. He says only a after looking at. Then I try with am also, with an also. Maybe he is having a problem with T, so he will able to join ma like this. But again,
Okay.
the problem remain the same. He only says the initial sound.
Fine, I got your point. So I think a workshop, I can extend it for another 10-15 minutes. If you are interested, I can stretch the workshop. And see, for this problem, probably what you can do, like I asked you to keep some salt with you, right? So just ask the child to do the tracing. I'm sorry the time is short, otherwise we would have done salt tracing together. So ask the child to write both the letters. Okay, after writing A, if he's not catching while reading or while saying, then take him to writing. When he is writing A, tell him to write T also at the same time. So both the letters should be written together. And when he's writing both the letters together, tell that there are two letters, so two sounds. A, T, at, A, T, at. And then gradually you can add the third letter, third sound. Okay. So coming back to the vowels. You all said it correctly that we have 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U. But again, then, there's a very interesting way to teach this sound to the kids. So I would like to share that with you. But I want all of you to do the action with me. Okay. If possible, just, turn on the camera so that I can see everyone doing this action. Now it says A, E, I, O, U. But how to introduce that to the child so that the child can remember? So say A. Everyone say A, as if we are saying hey. Okay, A, E, I, O, U. Okay, A, E, I, O, U. So these are the 5-letter names, and at the same time you can use the phonic sounds. E, E, O, A, E, E, O, A. Because with first 3 groups, you have already taught all the vowel sounds. Then definitely we have, okay, I will just share this again. A, E, I, O, U. So let me just spotlight few of my kids who are doing it with full interest. Okay. Very good. Keep doing that. Keep saying that. Say A, E, I, O, U. Okay. So when the child will do the action, then definitely the child will enjoy. And in the same way, when you have already explained 3 groups, so all the sounds have been covered, you can say E, E, O, A, E, O, A. So I will just show you this. Just 1 second. Till then, you can please practice E, E, O, A, E, O, A, E, O, A. Oh, one of the thing is hidden somewhere. Okay, I will show you this. Fine. So it says E, O, A, E, O, A, E, O. Okay, so in these different ways, you can try to introduce vowels to your kids. Okay, so considering your time into my mind, I will just like to show you a few of the teaching aids which you can use with your students and with your kids definitely. So one question. Yes, Shri, where are you here? Yes, please ask your question.
Yeah, ma'am. I just wanted to ask, like, generally, if someone asks us the spelling, like orally, not writing, so for big, like we are starting with the phonics, right? Like ka, at, ma, at, p, pa, ig. But suppose it's horse, when they will go to that level, we cannot say ha, or sha, eh.
No, when you are saying horse, you need not break it so many times. When we will do OR sound, like here I need to show this again, I believe. See, it again has a sound or. Can you see level 4?
Yeah.
So when the child is reading big words, the segmentation parts get decreased. Suppose I am reading horse, so I will not say her, or, r, s, eh. No.
Or
her or that way.
Yes. But even if like that, means generally when we say HORSC. In
Hmm.
phonics, means after the children learn phonics, will it be
Yes.
for the bigger words also they will spell like that?
Definitely. In fact, if you talk about spell bee competitions, which kids usually have after grade 3, so they always talk about syllables. They help the child to break the word so that the child can speak it in a. Suppose I'm saying shark. Okay, I'm just writing one word here for better understanding. After that, I will just show you few aids, and probably other questions can be handled at my personal window. Suppose I am writing, this is for everyone to understand. I have written shark. How many letters can you see here? Can you please put it in the chat box? How many letters can you see it in the chat box? Or you can just raise your hand also, like show me fingers. How many, Miss Neha, your name matched with me. Would you like to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
मैम आई जस्ट वांट टू से कि मेरा चाइल्ड जैसे 12 प्लस है तो
Ma'am, can
अभी
we just
प्रॉब्लम
do
ये
can we just do this
या
because it is in between? So how many letters can you see here? Okay, so she is telling us that we have 5 letters. But actually, when we are asking the child to break, so it is only 3 sounds. It is not 5 sounds. Sh is one sound, R is one sound, K is one sound. So this is how the child would be reading sh, a, k, shark. Okay. Yes, ma'am, please continue with your doubt. 5 letters, but 3 sounds. 5 letters, but 3 sounds. You can unmute.
या मैम मेरा बेटा 12 इयर्स का है तो प्रॉब्लम अब ये आ रही है कि साइट वर्ड्स देखिए साउंड्स उसको स्टार्टिंग में सिखाया गया था बट अब काफी बड़ा हो गया साइट वर्ड से वो बहुत सारे वर्ड्स पढ़ ले रहा है बट अभी भी वर्ड्स का कोई एंड नहीं है ठीक है तो अब कैसे उसको नए वर्ड्स रेगुलरली सिखाए जाए क्योंकि अभी तक रीडिंग जितना
if it is only about sight words, then sight words, so you need to give a lot of reading and writing practice only for sight words. But if the words are big, you can definitely help the child. You know, this is basically part of syllabus. So there we explain that how you can break the big words into small words. So accordingly, you know, that's a part of syllabus basically when we talk about 12-year child. Okay, thank you. Yes, Ms. Shikha. Okay. So, Shikha ma'am, just give me 2 minutes because everyone is waiting to see the teaching aids. Probably after that, I can, you know, that way I can set other teachers free. Okay. So this is one, like for vowels, I showed you A, E, I, O, U on my hands, this one, right? So you can use this for vowels. A lot of flashcards are available online also, but this is one of the game which I have customized. This is like abacus game. So here I have written few consonants here also, and these are the vowels. So you can just play the abacus game. Suppose I want to ask, say, hen. So first dot here, her, eh, So that way also you can play this game. Then the child can write the spelling after understanding all the sounds. Then this is a very interesting game. It says the word wheel game. So it has all the consonants here and then the VC, the later part, VC is here, C, VC. So you can just rotate and you can ask the child to read. Few of these words would be alien words also, like meaningless words, but it's okay. At least the child is learning how to blend the words, how to blend the sounds. So what you can do, you can just ask the child to rotate it, spin it, and suppose it ends here, WAP, WAP. Although WAP has no meaning, but don't stop the child there. Let the child do the reading. Then slowly and gradually you can make them understand that this is an alien word. This is a meaningless word. So we would be talking about good words, vocabulary words. See, this is the game which you are asking. Yes, it is there on my Insta page also. So you can like and see, and I would be posting new games, new techniques there as well. So you can always, this is called the abacus of phonics. Suppose I want to say lad. Lad, no, let's say mat. A, t, mat. Wheel you can see again, you can take a picture. Then this is again very like, you know, interesting game. Suppose I'm showing you this. This is a word slider. This is word slider game. Okay. So here you have like k. See this second one, wheel one, it is easily available on Amazon. I ordered it from there, but all other teaching aids are customized, homemade, which you can also do. Okay. Like this is word slider, l, app, lap, app, 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 t, app. So that way you can use the word slider. This is a pocket chart. So what I have done, I have made different slips here, and this is a pocket. So I keep adding 111 flashcard and I ask the child to read. So here at is together. Okay, somebody asked this doubt now, Vihan, I think. So here this is together, and then later you can just ask like this. Okay, so how many words you can rate? Ma, at, mat. Let me take out all the cards. Then b, at, bat. So you can keep adding, and you can preserve this also. Then this is a Pictionary game. So the child will read k, odd. At the same time, the child will see the drawing. K, odd. Again, if I say g, odd, so it is here. So that way the child is able to recognize with the help of picture also. And there are many more. Like, you know, it's not possible to show all the teaching aids right now, but there are many more teaching aids, and I would be posting them on my Insta page too. So you can stay tuned. So tomorrow we would be meeting again. We would be discussing all the 4 levels which are left. And at the same time, we would be actually something pops up in the chat box and okay. So I was just telling that we would be doing all the 4 levels which are left. And at the same time, we will start with blends and diagrams tomorrow. And ball hand and other activities, like, you know, if the time will permit on last day, we will definitely do. Any doubt, like you can just raise the hand. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for liking the session. So before you all leave, let me thank you in my own style. One hand on the tummy, other hand on the bummy. You can teach that to your kids. One hand on the tummy, other hand on the bummy, and then say thank you. So those who have some doubt, they can stay back. Others are free from my side. Thank you so much. I'm honored. Yes, Shikha ma'am. You can unmute.
Yeah. Ma'am, I just wanted to know the difference, how to introduce E and I.
Okay, that's a very, yeah. So most of the kids face this problem, E and I. So for that, you should always introduce the action sound first. Action. Eh, E. Eh, E. So initially you do this whenever the child is getting confused, because letter I sound is letter name of E. Letter I makes the sound I, which is E letter name. So kids get confused, but you always do it with actions. Always say eh, E, eh, E. Okay, then help the child to do. After a few days, the child will start understanding. Okay, Miss Neha, you have a doubt, or is it the same? Uma ji, just a second. If your doubts are done, you can lower your hand, please, so that I can give chance to everyone else. Okay. Yes, Nilesh, just last 5 minutes. Let me see, because like, you know, I would be handling doubts at the end of day 2 and day 3 as well.
Ma'am, good
Yeah.
evening. Thank you so much for the session. I have one question. It's not related to topic, but my daughter is going to turn 5 years old next month. She's 4.9 now. She knows all the sounds, including, so I have a question, what I should start with her new, because I have not put her in phonics class. So my question is, what I have to start now? She knows A to Z sound very
If
well.
she is clear with A to Z sound, then
Yeah.
you know what you can do, because these 26 letters make 44 sounds. Start
Okay.
introducing new sounds to her. Go to blends, go to digraphs. That would be covered tomorrow, so you can switch her to blends and digraph sounds if
I
she's
don't
well
know
versed.
what is blends. Like
Tomorrow
I
we will
have
do.
this. So can I start with this? Because in the school they have taught them reading, directly reading. So she doesn't know much. 3 letters words she can read, but 4 letter words when it comes, she doesn't know the reading.
It's okay, because with CVC, with all 26 sounds only, you can do CVC words only.
Okay.
I think all of you are there in the WhatsApp group, so I would be posting my Insta handle link there only.
So what I can start with her, which sounds I can start with her?
Ma'am, tomorrow we will do that. You will get an idea.
Okay, okay.
Thank you. Uma ma'am, yes. And I would be winding up in next 2-3 minutes. Yes, please.
You said we'll have to start with the phonics, right? It's absolutely fine, because this is what I've been doing with my children also. But there are some parents who have already started with the traditional method of A, B, C, D, and somehow the child has got it also. Now, suppose if I ask the child write fish, the child somehow writes it like FISH, fish. Because while writing, we are again decoding it into the letter names. So is it like we have to teach both the letter name and the phonics? Or
okay, so see, if you are decoding it by saying the letter names, then there is no point of teaching phonics. If you are saying fish, say fish. Don't say FISH.
Okay.
Because if you
But
are
while
ultimately
writing-
switching back to letter names, you are switching back to traditional method, then there is no point of teaching phonics to the child.
Okay.
And if parent has already taught, then you know, you can learn something new, but undoing something which you have already learned is a new challenge. So that child may take time, because if something has already been layered on the brain of the child, then it's really difficult to get into the next layer.
Exactly. And certain things you said like TO2 and GO go. So that time we are just making it like read like TO as two or T, or how do we say that? Because that is
sight word should go directly to TO2.
Okay, while writing, so then while writing, how do they write the sight words then? We cannot break it into phonetic also. We are not saying T or...
So sight word means sight. You are reading the word and you are just seeing the word and you are learning it. It is more like, for sight words, I will say it is 50% rote learning, 50% hints you get from the sounds. Suppose it's a big word, say what. Okay. So there you can say wa, and then ta. Here A is not a. So thoda na, that the child gets the hint.
Okay, but while
otherwise
writing, so while writing those sight words, how will the child write those sight words? It will be like WH, and then
WH makes the sound wa.
So we'll have to teach this at. Then it will be at. So at.
That's what I'm saying, that we need see we have few more sounds here when we will be doing tomorrow, like sh, th, wa. So I would be guiding you tomorrow about this. Then a couple of things will be sorted.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. So I would like to take your leave here, and we will meet again tomorrow for learning plans and diagrams. For your doubts, you can either drop a mail. I would be okay, so I don't know how you got the ID if you're not there in the WhatsApp group. I'm just posting my number here for everyone. You just contact me. I will add you to the group. Okay. Then you can have all the updates. You can know my Insta handle, everything. So this is my contact number. Those who don't have. Ma'am, phonics can be introduced right at the age of 2. And there is no such checklist. Okay, thank you everyone. It was actually an honor, and I would love to meet you all tomorrow again. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night. Let me just unmute everyone for a while. Okay, so everyone take good care of your health.
Neha?
Bye, yeah.
Hey, hi, this is Ashwini here, Shaurya's mother. You're very cute. I wish I had this session many years back. My son is grown up now, but I love this session. I wish to have a teacher like you.
Thank
for
you.
me
Thank you so
and
much.
for my son as well. Do you conduct these classes online?
Yes, I do have paid classes too, but like the information will be shared after 3 days in the WhatsApp group.
Where are you located? Which city?
I'm from Delhi.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Stay blessed.
Same here, ma'am. This is Jyoti. And this is the same thing I wanted to tell, because the thing is that I knew that phonetic sounds is a must for the child from the base, but somewhere I couldn't work it out. And when I attended your class today, I was like, seriously, it should have been a little base, because you're actually right. Getting that rote memory out for the child,
Yes.
which we have बचपन से जो सिखाया है, it's very
हाँ.
difficult. And
Yes.
अचानक से, but still we will try our best. At least we have to start somewhere. Otherwise, we just keep like making
Exactly,
excuses.
exactly. So you have to start from somewhere. It will just demand more of efforts. But
Yeah,
once
because,
that layer is gone and a fresh layer is created, the child will have benefit throughout the life.
because when you see the channel, na, that spell bee competition, you actually realize it's so
Yeah.
different. That
Yeah.
is what I actually keep seeing that channel. Na, so that is how I realize it's very important. Thank you very much. I'll be attending tomorrow also.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Most welcome.
Neha ma'am,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I really loved your that vowel sounds ka actions, and please put that in the group. I really loved it. That I think my child will learn very much easily. It's the next step for
For
her.
sure.
Vowel
Like
sound.
these small videos, I will be uploading on my Insta page
Sure.
only instead of WhatsApp group. In
I-
WhatsApp group, I'm just forwarding that chart.
Sure,
Flat
sure,
page.
sure. And thank you, really, really. It was very
Thank
nice
you.
session.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm honored. Your words matter a lot of encouragement for me. So I
Sure.
hope to see you all tomorrow at the same
Thank you,
time.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye, ma'am. Good night. Have a
Thank you,
great
ma'am. Thank
day.
you.
Have
Lovely
a great
session,
day.
ma'am.
Love to
Thank
see
you.
you
Thank you
again.
so much. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.